What's going on, everyone? Aseel Soueid here from Diabetic Aesthetics. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all my intermittent fasting full day routine. So pretty much my entire day from start to finish, when I wake up and when I go to bed, exactly how I implement intermittent fasting into my lifestyle and how I do it in a very easy and enjoyable way. I think so many people out there, when they first begin intermittent fasting, they seem to really struggle with it and they think it's a very, very hard thing to do. But I want this video to show you all exactly how easy it truly is. And intermittent fasting has just been such a beneficial and useful tool and strategy into my life when it comes to getting lean when dieting and also staying lean all the time as well. So I really hope you all enjoy this video, find it helpful or useful in any sort of way. And by any point of the video where you're enjoying it, please be sure to drop a like, give the video a share as well. It would mean a lot to me. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Let's go ahead and start the day. So the first thing I do upon waking up in the morning is to use the bathroom, and then I'll weigh myself and I'll jot down my morning weigh-in, and then I'll hop in the cold shower. Now there's a ton of health benefits to cold showers, but I do it purely because it wakes me the hell up in the morning and it kind of keeps me alert, keeps me a little bit focused, and it's pretty much for pure productivity reasons. It eliminates downtime to my mornings, which I really enjoy, and also it kind of helps my fast in the morning. It makes it a little bit easier. It's kind of like a cappuccino or some source of caffeine, you know, suppresses your appetite a little bit. So try it out yourself. It might make your fast in the morning a tad bit easier, might get your mind off food. And then after I hop out of the shower, I'll brush my teeth, and then it's go time. So the next step of my day is to chug two of these guys right over here. So that's 24 ounces of water per one. So that already knocks off 48 ounces of water first thing in the morning. And I think that's one of the main reasons why people fail at intermittent fasting, is because they're not drinking enough water. When you're pushing your first meal of the day off for the first few hours of your day and you're practicing intermittent fasting, you need to drink more water. That is the #1 biggest tip I can give you all when it comes to being successful with intermittent fasting. You have to up your water intake. By the time I break my fast and have my first meal of the day, I've had like 3/4 of a gallon, even sometimes maybe a gallon of water. So my water intake is a lot higher when I practice intermittent fasting, which is also a great thing. I found a lot of health benefits to that, which I'll be doing a future video on. So be sure you're drinking your water. I always do that first thing in the morning. I chug two of these guys, and it also completely eliminates hunger. And every time you're feeling hungry, even after you've chugged this, maybe like an hour or so, chug another one. Keep chugging water. It really helps suppress your appetite. So the next step of my day is to measure my blood sugar. I'm a type 1 diabetic, for those of you that don't know. So this is extremely important for me. I actually measure my blood sugar every hour, hour and a half or so while I'm fasting, just to make sure things are stable. And if you are a type 1 diabetic, I'm sure there are plenty watching my channel, you really want to make sure you're doing this. Check your blood sugars more frequently when you practice intermittent fasting. And I was 90 this morning. So usually I will take a unit of insulin, maybe even 2 units of insulin, even if I'm at around my stable range at around 100 to 120. However, because I'm 90, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take anything yet. However, in another hour, when I have my coffee, which I'll talk to you about why I do that in the next clip. But when I have my coffee, I'll take 1 unit of insulin just to make sure my blood sugars are leveled out. So many people who are diabetics who start intermittent fasting after they see my videos think that they shouldn't take any insulin throughout their entire fast in the morning, which obviously will skyrocket your blood sugar because it does not stay stable on its own in the morning. So you really want to make sure you're taking care of that, measuring more frequently, and that's pretty much the next step of my day. For those of you that aren't diabetic, ignore this and be thankful that you don't have to do this like 6 to 8 times a day. So after my blood sugar is taken care of, the next step of my day is to write down my goals and my to-do list. So this is something that I've been doing for the past few months, and it's truly just tremendously helped my life and just stay focused on what I ultimately want to do with my life, and just helped me accomplish a lot of things and get a lot of stuff done faster. And that's the thing I love about intermittent fasting. You know, having that first meal of the day, having breakfast, cooking, all that stuff, it truly just slows me down. So when I eliminate that in the first few 4 to 6 hours of my day, I'm more clear, more focused, my mind's right, I know exactly what I want to do, so I always put my thoughts on paper. That's why I write down my goals for the next 6 months, what I want to accomplish for the next 6 months of my life, and also what I have to do for today. And I pretty much just jot that all down in a notebook just like this. Is pretty much, I call it like my goals book, and then I'll immediately get to work right after. And that's why I love it. You know, there's no downtime. You're just a more productive, more clear, more focused person. So it's definitely my favorite thing about intermittent fasting. So the next step of my day is to get to work. I'm a very busy person. I have a lot going on in my life. So after I'm done with my morning routine, as I showed you all, I'll go upstairs and go to my office and just get to work, get a ton of stuff done. If you're a very busy person, you're gonna find intermittent fasting very easy for you to do. It's just gonna be very applicable for your lifestyle, and it's gonna be almost effortless for you to do, just because when you're doing stuff and when you're busy, you're gonna find food almost a secondary thought for you. You're not gonna be thinking about it all the time. It's gonna be just a secondary thing in your lifestyle. So it just makes it a lot easier. When you're working all the time goes by quick. Before you know it, it's time to break your fast and have your next meal. And even if you're not that much of a busy person or you don't have too much going on, I'm still gonna be giving you guys tons of tips to where intermittent fasting can still be very easy for you to apply in your lifestyle. And also try to find a passion or a hobby, something you're passionate about, something you enjoy doing, and just build on that, you know, just so it's more of like a time consumer thing and it's kind of like a productive thing for you to do as you fast. Just makes it that much easier. I'm telling you guys, staying busy makes intermittent fasting 100 times easier. Anyways, we're gonna get to work for an hour and then I'll catch up with you guys right after that. So it is currently 11 o'clock in the morning, and the next step of my day, probably my most favorite part, is to grab a cup of black coffee. Now, caffeine is a tremendously useful thing when it comes to suppressing your appetite. And if you don't like black coffee like I do, or if you're not a huge coffee drinker, you can use other caffeine sources that you personally enjoy. Things like tea or the 0-calorie energy drinks. You wanna make sure there's 0 calories though, because anything over 50 calories will break your fast. Just so you know, that's why I drink my coffee black. Maybe sometimes I'll add a little bit of stevia in there, but that's pretty much what I personally enjoy. And I want you all to notice how I'm strategically drinking my caffeine source. I don't have my cup of coffee as soon as I wake up in the morning like most people do. I waited for the first 3 hours of my day just because after I applied my first few tips and it kind of like seized my hunger, once those kind of fade away and I start getting a little hungry around like 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning, I'll have my caffeine source, which will pretty much completely eliminate my hunger for the next hour or maybe even 2 hours or so. So that's pretty much what I do. Strategically place your caffeine drink. Let your hunger dictate when you're gonna drink your caffeine source. And I also have another huge tip with other drinks you can use, which aren't caffeine sources, to suppress your appetite and keep you less hungry throughout the day. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this cup of coffee, and I will catch you all in just an hour or two for the next step. So it's around 1:30 p.m. right now, and I'm actually getting a little bit hungry. Now the hunger's starting to kick in, so I'm gonna share with y'all a huge secret when it comes to suppressing appetite while you're fasting. And it's these suckers right over here. What this is, it's flavored sparkling water. So this is lime flavored. You can get these. This is called LaCroix, but you can get any brand. I personally enjoy lemon or lime flavored sparkling water. It has a little bit of a kick to it, and it really does help suppress your appetite. Of course, it's got 0 calories, 0 everything. So 0 carbs, 0 sugar, even 0 sodium. So you can drink essentially as many as you want of these. And what it is, it's just really carbonated water, and it fills up your stomach. It really feels like you're putting something in your body, and it's kind of just filling you up. It's kind of just like making up for some empty space. So I really enjoy these. Sparkling water is a huge thing when it comes to suppressing your appetite as well. And it also helps after you've had your caffeine, because you don't want to just keep drinking coffee or like, you know, 0 energy drinks. That's not good for you. But these, you can essentially drink as many as you want, fill up your stomach, and it's definitely gonna suppress your appetite. So I usually have around like 2, maybe even 3 of these a day until I break my fast. So we got probably another hour and a half till I'm gonna eat, essentially whenever I start to feel really hungry. So it is now 3:30 p.m. and I'm just now getting really hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead, prepare my first meal of the day. Just checked my blood sugar again. Everything is perfect, even throughout my entire, like what, 6, maybe 7 hour fast. Blood sugar is 130, so let's get to cooking. So it is now 3:45 p.m. sitting down to my first meal of the day. Have some protein pancakes. For those of you that have been following my channel, I'm sure you know what this is. Then I have 2 whole eggs on top. This is by far my favorite meal ever, guys. I'm probably gonna have it for my second meal as well. Which, speaking of my next meal, let's go ahead and quickly talk about what I do for my diet and my protocol when it comes to food. So I usually track my food intake. I track my macros for the day. So that means I'm counting my calories and specifically my macronutrients, which is my carbs, my fat, and my protein intake. And for today, I'm gonna be hitting around 2,200 calories, consisting of 225 grams of carbs, 190 grams of protein, and then 55 grams of fat. Whether I'm intermittent fasting or not, I'm always counting my macros just to make sure I understand what my food intake is for the day and exactly how much I'm consuming, just to make sure I'm in a caloric deficit. But I love intermittent fasting because it gives me the opportunity to have bigger meals and essentially eat like a king, even while I'm dieting with only 2,100, 2,200 calories. So I personally have 2 big meals a day. That's it. Maybe a snack in between, but today looks like I'm just gonna have 2 big meals. And this is around 750 calories, so not necessarily half my macros yet, but still a pretty decently sized big meal. 76 grams of carbs, 70 grams of protein, and then 19 grams of fat. I would maybe have a little bit bigger of a meal, but I plan on hitting the gym in around an hour, hour and a half or so. So that's pretty much my guidelines when it comes to my diet. So almost 4 p.m., got my first meal, and I'm telling you, these protein pancakes are to die for, guys. Don't be surprised if you see me having this again for my next meal along with something else. So anyways, I'm gonna eat this. I'm pretty damn hungry right now, and I will talk to you guys before I go to the gym and discuss what I do with that. So it's now 5:30 p.m., about to go hit the gym, and I'm sure most of you are dying to ask me this question. Can you train fasted? And the answer to that is yes. There's nothing wrong with training fasted. However, I personally don't like to do it. I've done it in the past, and I just don't get the best lifts when I'm fasted. I just find myself not performing at my best while I'm training fasted, so I personally don't do it. I enjoy training after I've had my first meal of the day, so I usually end up going to the gym later towards the day. Like I said, guys, it's based off of personal experience. That's something that you're gonna have to experiment with yourself. So try training fasted. You might like it, or you might be like me where you don't really enjoy it and you might not perform at your best, but it's based off of personal experience. And my pre-workout routine is extremely simple, guys. All I do is take 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. There's no specific reason to why I do it before the gym. It's just because that's kind of how it's been like a routine for me, so I don't forget to take it every day. So that's it, 5 grams creatine monohydrate. I don't take pre-workout. If I'm a little tired or sluggish, I'll drink a cup of coffee and that'll wake me up. And I take nothing else, no other kinds of supplements. So that's it. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'll see you guys in a bit. So I just got back from the gym, had an epic workout, and it's around 7:15 p.m. right now. I'm gonna go ahead, hop in the shower, clean up a little bit, and then I'll be sure to show you guys exactly what I do post-workout. All right, so I'm gonna grab a post-workout shake. It's gonna be one of these guys. No, in all seriousness, it's just gonna be sparkling water just because it's already almost 7:30 p.m. and I usually like to have my last meal of the day at around 9:30 or 10 p.m. So there's no point of me having a small meal right now and then finishing off my macros at like 9:30. I might as well just save the rest of my calories and have a huge meal in about like 2 hours. So I'm just gonna have one of these to suppress my appetite a little bit and keep me full. Maybe I'll have like 2 of them. And I'll also drink a ton of water. The water intake does not stop, guys. Keep drinking water throughout your entire day. And the reason why also that I have such a huge meal for the last meal of the day at around like 9:30, I kill off like 1,100, 1,200 calories, is because I go to bed not feeling hungry and I go to bed feeling satisfied and I'm just full. And then also, most importantly, it makes my fast so much easier the next day. So I wake up feeling good because I've had such a big meal the night before and I won't be hungry till like 2, 3 p.m. the next day. So it just makes your fast a whole lot easier. So try that out, guys. It might help you a ton for those of you that struggle with intermittent fasting. Save like 40 to 50% of your caloric intake for the last meal of the day around like 9 or 10 p.m. So anyways, gonna crack one of these open. Now we'll catch you all for the next, my final meal of the day in around like 2 hours or so. Alright, so it's 10 p.m. right now, sitting down to my last and final meal, and it's a really freaking big one. I don't know the macros to this, I forget, I'll put it on the screen right over here, but I know this is a 1,400 calorie meal, and I might have overdone it a little bit for the last final meal of the day, but you know what, this is how I like to do it, guys. This is perfect because it keeps me satisfied, keeps me full, and I'm typically more hungry at night, especially when I'm dieting. I have a lot more cravings at night, so I like to just have a huge meal and kind of, you know, be satisfied and be full and pretty much be satiated. That's what dieting is all about. That's how you make it easier. And this has tremendously helped me doing 2 big meals like this, keeping them micronutrient dense, like, you know, whole eggs, oats, egg whites, as y'all can see. And let's talk about this meal real quick because I know you guys are about to think I'm crazy. Protein pancakes, again. I know, that's absolutely insane, but I'm telling you guys, you cannot knock it until you've tried these things. I'm not playing with you. These are so freaking good. They're that good that I have them twice a day, almost every day while I'm dieting, just because they're really filling, really satisfying, and it's just awesome. But yeah, I got some sugar-free syrup on top, and I also have 4 whole eggs. So huge meal right over here. This is like 900 calories by itself. And then I have more of a micronutrient dense meal. Have 4 ounces of cooked chicken breast. And then I have 150 grams of white rice and around 200 grams of bell pepper for some vegetables. And on top of that, got some more dessert, even though the protein pancakes are, you know, fulfills a sweet tooth. But I got some chocolate chip mint ice cream. This is Greek yogurt ice cream. They're called Yasso bars, only 100 calories per one. Very macro friendly, definitely try them out. But that's it guys, 1400 calorie meal to round off my day. And my blood sugar was 86. So all on point, all good. You guys saw all my readings were perfect. Everything, this whole day was just perfect. And this is what I typically do when I'm intermittent fasting. This is what a typical day for me practicing intermittent fasting looks like. And I really hope this has helped you out. I'm just trying to spread the message, guys, of IF. It makes dieting so much freaking easier. And this is me on 2100 calories eating like this. So towards the beginning of my cut, when I was eating around like 2700 calories, you can only imagine how like amazing this was. Essentially, intermittent fasting just allows you to really eat like a king, especially when dieting. And even if you're not dieting, give intermittent fasting a try. It makes it so much easier to stay lean on your bulk. And it's a lot more fun, especially if you like to go out with your friends, go out to eat at restaurants all the time. Intermittent fasting is perfect for you. Just makes room for big meals and high calorie dense meals like when you're at restaurants and stuff. So give it a try, whether you're cutting or bulking. And I hope this video has helped you. And I hope this video has given you a lot of insight into what I personally do to make intermittent fasting so easy, so enjoyable, and just so applicable no matter what your lifestyle is like. And if this video has helped you in any way, shape, or form, please don't forget to give this video a like. Also be sure to give it a share. I want this video to spread like wildfire. Show people how freaking awesome intermittent fasting is and how easy it makes life in general. You know, you're just more of a productive, a more alert person, and essentially you're in control of your food. Food isn't in control of you. I don't like making 4 or 5 meals a day, prepping meals all the time, and always thinking about my next meal and always thinking about food. So like I said, give the video a share, let everyone know about this, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Comment down below, let me know if you're gonna try intermittent fasting or if you do it yourself. And of course, subscribe to my channel. Got tons of cool content like this coming up. You don't wanna miss out on it. And I'll see you all in the next video.